Zikas. That's going to be a good matchup here, as he will try to lead his Kawasaki Brave Thunders against Utsunomiya Brex. The Brex did finish the season with the best record overall, with 49 wins, 11 losses. With the third best record, the Brave Thunders very close behind. There you can see our B-League champions quarterfinal cast. And then here now we have 2 of the 4 remaining squads vying for the B-League championship. Kawasaki Brave Thunders finished with a 43-16 record. We're not too far behind Utsunomiya Brex, but all those records during the regular season don't count anymore, because all you need to do is just win 2 games and you'll make it to the finals. Both these teams trying to get to the promised land. As you take a look at some of the action, this was in the quarterfinals. This is actually the match between Kawasaki and Utsunomiya earlier this season. This is going to be an exciting matchup. Actually, all 4 teams that have made it here to the semifinals really have a very good chance of making it all the way to taking home a title. See there from the outside hitting is Ryan Rossiter. He will be handling the ball primarily today for the Brex squad. When you take a look at the squad of Utsunomiya Brex, their key players, obviously they've got Jeff Gibbs. They have another one of their imports, LJ Peak. Yasuke Endo normally starts for their squad and he plays heavy minutes. They also have Makoto Hiyajima, 30-year-old national team member. He was injured for quite a while, but he's back and starting to get his legs out from under him. We also might be seeing some Nabe time from Hironori Watanabe, who is well known for his great 3-point shooting. Of course, we talked about Ryan Rossiter and Josh Scott, who will be man in the middle. And in that middle, it's going to be really tough for the opponents, but they do have Nick Fazekas. Talking about the visiting squad, the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. On your screens right now, you've got the starting lineup for Utsunomiya Brex. That's actually their entire squad. Look at the key players for the Brave Thunders, the visiting squad here for this semifinal. They will have Ryusei Shinuyama, who is also a member of the Japanese national squad. He's actually the captain of the Japanese national team. They will be relying on Naoto Chuji as well. They will have the king, Nick Fazekas, Pablo Aguilar, Jordan Heath, and even Matthias Calfani. We're minutes away from tip-off here at the Brex Arena. Anthony Starr with the call. We're thanking you for joining us here for B-League action. We'd like to thank you for joining us all season long, but the games are really going to get so much better here. And why not? This is the semifinals. The top 4 teams, so the cream has risen to the top now. We will find out who will be the last 2 teams standing. Brex Nation is excited about this one. Unfortunately, they can't have a full capacity because of COVID protocols here in Japan. But essentially, you've got a full-size crowd. This is going to be exciting. There we have the visiting squad. Pablo Aguilar there. There's Shinuyama talking to his teammates, trying to get them psyched up for this one. You don't have to be psyched up for this if you're a player. Here we go, the announcement of the starters for both these squads.
Semi-finals Game1 Utsunomiya Brex vs Kawasaki Brave Thunders。それではこの試合のレフェリーをご紹介いたします。クルーチーフ加藤隆樹、ファーストアンパイア久保裕樹、セカンドアンパイア東裕二。この試合は以上3種にて行ってまいります。 続いて本日の対戦チーム長崎ブレイブサンダーススターティングラインナップのご紹介です。0番藤井優馬、14番辻直人、22番ニック・ファジーカス、34番パブロ・アギラール、35番ジョーダン・キース、ヘッドコーチ佐藤健二。以上、川崎ブレイブサンダーススターティングラインナップのご紹介でした。
Well, they just introduced the starters for the visiting Kawasaki Brave Thunders. They've got Yuma Fuji, Naruto Chuji, Nick the King Fazekas, Pablo Aguilar, and Jordan Heath. And here we have the home squad.
クォーターファイナルではチーム全員でブレックスメンタリティを体現し、2連勝でセミファイナルへの切符をつかみ取った我らがブレックス。今季幾度となく立ちはだかった最大の強敵川崎ブレイブサンダースとの決着の時です。ブレックスに関わる全ての力を集結し、最大の目標を果たすべく今こそ一つになりましょう。ブレックスネーション全員で立ち向かおう、あの頂点まで。それでは宇都宮ブレックス本日のメンバーの発表です。まずはベンチメンバーから。
We essentially have a full packed crowd here as we call in the members. This is the bench of Utsunomiya Brex.
Number 4, James. Number 6, Makoto Hijima. Number 7, Kai Tibbs. Number 10, Kosuke Takeuchi. Number 13, Hirodori Watanabe. Number 31, Shuhei Kitagawa.
And now after meeting the rest of the team of Utsunomiya Brex, here come their starting five.
Starting lineup for you, Utsunomiya Brex. Number 40, Joe Scott. Number 22, Ryan Losta. Number 5, LJP. Number 18, Seiji Ikaruga. And number 9, Yusuke Endo. Head coach, outside Yuzo.
There's head coach Ryuzo Anzai hoping to lead his team to a victory here today and back-to-back victories this weekend, so the Brex Nation can celebrate a stint in the finals. But a lot will be played for here. Everything's at stake. Who wins? And you make it to the title match. Got the starters once again here for both these squads. The home squad starting out with Peak, Endo, Ikaruga, Rossiter, and Scott. The Kawasaki Brave Thunders starting out with Fuji, Tsuji, Fazikas, Aguilar, and Heath. You can see the Kawasaki Brave Thunders starting strong and much stronger than they have. As we take a look at the season stats, fairly even really, if you look at it. Even 3-point conversion, free throws, 68%, 73%. This is what they call a match made in heaven. Two of the top teams going at it. And we're underway. Game number 1 of this best-of-3 affair. Semi-final action in the B-League. Anthony Suntay with the call. Thank you very much for joining us. We promise you we've got a great one on our hands. Gotta go to Rossiter. Rossiter with a jumper, a little bit too strong. One and done for the home squad. Yuma Fuji will hand it off. Fazikas kicks it to Fuji. Fuji will draw a foul. That's going to be the first foul on number 18, Seiji Ikaruga. Ikaruga is one of the tough defenders that the Brex has, but he can also hit the outside shot if given the opportunity. Fuji baseline inbound, finds the king. Over to Fuji. Fuji for 3, misfires. Josh Scott with his first rebound. Rossiter, as always, orchestrating, threads the needle there. It is 2-0. Scoring there is LJ Peak. That's a lost art, moving without the basketball. LJ Peak doing it perfectly there. Trying to attack the interior. Tsuji gives it up. 3-pointer's not going to work. Rossiter grabs that board. Rossiter, will he attack early? Does. Goes inside, overshoots though. The King bringing it down to Tsuji. We're gonna wait for the troops. They got Heath inside. Fazikas almost lost it. Does. No early offense here for the Brex. Peak will go inside to Rossiter against Aguilar. 3 is down. It's 5-0 here for LJ Peak and Utsunomiya Brex. The King inside Heath. That's going to be a foul on LJ Peak, his first. You can hear him there screaming, saying he had his hands up. But he did come entangled with Jordan Heath. Trying to argue his case. He's not going to win. Another baseline inbound. Kawasaki. Still to get on the board. This is steal here from Rossiter. 2-on-1 break. Josh Scott finishes. Plus a foul from Jordan Heath. Courageous attack here from Josh Scott. Watch it again. Against the league leader in blocked shots. Goes up strong. Draws contact. Heath with the first personal. Scott on the line looking to complete a 3-point play. That's going to rim out, but it's still 7-0 here for Utsunomiya Brex. He might be well served to go to the King. Let him create for his squad. King asking for it. Eventually gets it. Fazikas bringing it closer. He's got the advantage there with a local defender on him. Fazikas, first 2 points. Cuts the lead down to 5. Rossiter to Ikaruga. Ikaruga looking for some space. Kicks it out. Rossiter thought about it. They've got to have to make their move here. Shot clock at 4. Long 3. Tap will give them a brand new 14 though. And the crowd loves it. Endo's capable of hitting that long 3. They leave him open. Bang! He hits it. 10-2 early. It's an 8-point advantage now by Brex. The King thought about it. King much closer. Short. Rossiter a much stronger defender. Fazikas for 3. Short. Our officials say where. They're not sure. Lead official looking for help. That just might have to be a jump ball. Seems like both of them handled it, but it's going to stay on this end. Sideline inbound. A lot of movement, and they get it there. Nice basket from the outside from Naoto Chuji. Chuji also a member of the national team. They call him unstoppable because he's a pure shooter. 10-5 is our tally. Trying to make his move. Endo will be fouled. Foul will be called on Chuji, his first. Stopping the action there. Behind the back pass will not count here for Endo. Almost 4 minutes gone here in the first period of game number 1. Ikaruga to Peak. Peak hesitated taking that 3. Now try to turn the corner. Scott, extra pass. Ikaruga for 3. Bang! 2 threes already for Utsunomiya Brex. And that has extended their lead once again to 8. They're up 13-5. Timeout will be called by the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. Watch it here once again. Extra pass. Knocking down that 3. Jackrabbit start here for the home squad, Utsunomiya Brex. And that's why they lead by 8, 13-5. Early timeout called by Kawasaki. They want to stay in step. Trying to break the momentum there, and getting away for 2 is Yuma Fuji. It's going to cut the lead back down to 6. Endo finds Rossiter. LJ Peak for 3. Misfiring on that one. Here's Yuma Fuji rushing things. He will be stopped in his tracks by Endo. That's going to be the 3rd team foul now on Utsunomiya Brex here in the first. Yuma Fuji made sure the referee saw that. Exaggerated the contact a little bit. Getting into the King. Not exactly the start that Kawasaki was looking for. Fazikas inside. Yes, he's got 4 points. I say not the start they were looking for because usually they don't have Pablo Aguilar in the starting lineup. They have Pablo Aguilar coming off the bench together with Matthias Calfani. But now they've got two of their international imports, Jordan Heath, together with Pablo Aguilar and Nick Fazekas. Ikaruga. That one rattles out. And a foul's going to be called on Aguilar. Rossiter heading inside for that offensive rebound. Past the midway point of quarter number 1. Rossiter got the inside track there. Nothing Aguilar could do but give him a little shove. Safely into Endo. Now to Rossiter. Karuga looking for a friend. Eventually finds Endo. Shot clock's at 4. Scott falling away. Rattles that one home. They used up essentially the entire shot clock there and got a good shot off anyhow. Lead back up to 6. Stopping. Falling away is Yuma. Fuji now starting to heat up here. Fuji with 4 points. He also has 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Peek on the outside. Asking for movement, asking for help. They go inside to Scott. Scott. Power move works. Josh Scott showing his strength. He's got 4 points to go with 2 boards. Lead is back up to 6. Under 4 minutes remaining here in the first. Fuji once again. Won't get that to drop. Scott with another rebound. Rossiter taking his time. Rossiter now. Floater works. Kissing it off the glass. Ryan Rossiter. Almost always a triple-double threat. Picks up his first 2 points there. 3? No. Rossiter picks up his second rebound. He's got 3 assists. Trying to go down low. Scott spins. Will attack. Not a good idea when Heath comes over to help defend. Yuma brings it in and then cops out. Now to Chuji. Trying to get uncorked here. He's got 1-3 already. Fazekas, baby hook, no. Another rebound here for Rossiter. Calling out the play and hands it off to LJ Peak. Staggered screens. Now Rossiter against Aguilar. Almost losing it. It's going to stay on this end. Butterfingers there a while ago from LJ Peak. And let's see if Jordan Heath had the point. Well, Jordan Heath touched that last. That was clear. Here comes Ryusei Shiniyama, captain of the Japanese national squad. The Japanese will be competing in the Philippines this coming June as part of the FIBA Asia qualifying. Foul's going to be called there. Matthias Calfani just checked in and he's going to pick up a personal. Smart play there from Makoto Hiyajima, who is also making his first entry. Hiyajima's used to international play, so he knows all the tricks. Pulled one there on Calfani. Rossiter will go inside. Gibbs is checked in. Three from Endo. Overshoots Gibbs, all base lonesome. Gets denied by Heath. That's going to stay on this end though. Still an 8-point lead enjoyed here by Utsunomiya Brex, and they're looking for more. Slight shove there from Jeff Gibbs rather. Got away with it. But he got denied by Jordan Heath. Gibbs rifles a pass to Rossiter. Now Scott. Endo. Rossiter. Hiyajima. They gotta take a shot here. Gibbs, baby hook, will drop. And the lead is now at 10. This is the biggest lead of the ball game at 21-11. Perfect start here for the Brex squad. Chuji for 3. Had to put a little bit more of an arc on that one when the defense came out, causing him to come up short. Gibbs against Calfani. Calfani already with one personal. Gibbs carving out space and hitting. And the lead is now at 12.
Let's defense.
And now, chance of defense from the fans here at the Brex Arena. The King, basket and one. That was clear. Watch it in. Clip him on the arm. Yasuki Endo will pick up a personal. And Fazikas will head to the line. Both teams. And the warning. Next fouls will send their opponents to the free throw line. Under a minute remaining here. 57 seconds to be exact. First entry of Kusuke Takeuchi. Takeuchi is a veteran, standing 6'9". 36-year-old, but he can really clean up the boards for you. Small contingent here of supporters for the Kawasaki Brave Thunders at the Brex Arena, but predominantly all of them in yellow. You can see Brex colors. Hiyajima. Hiyajima. Two-pointer, no. Rebound there for Jordan Heath. His first rebound. Heath yet to get on the board. Heath also leads the league in slam dunks. They're going to call a traveling violation there on Shineyama. That should have been, I think, play on. Because actually there was a touch from the defender. Not sure if we can see that again. There's Coach Kenji Sato. Nabe time is in. Will we get some of that? Well, a double dribble is going to be called here. Gibbs is wondering why. Hironori Watanabe in action now here for Utsunomiya. Boy, they've already got a 9-point lead. They're not leaving anything to chance. Ikaruga will come right back. And Shineyama gets possession. We're gonna give this one back. Fazikas will attack, force the issue, and miss. 9.4 seconds remains here in the opening canto. Gibbs being really strong inside, using his wide frame. First look now at Kai Taves. Check that. Played Division I basketball in the United States. Using that strong pick, goes all the way. Will just misfire though. Will they beat the buzzer? That will count, but it comes up short. Good angle there from Hiyajima. First 10 minutes of action in the history books. And it's a good start for the home squad as they lead here by 9, 23-14.
Shot clock 4秒。メイヨがいやー、よく決めましたね、メイヨ、スリーポイント1本目。
相手にはやっぱり触ってはいけないルールですので、そこがでもいつもより少し厳しいプレーにはなっているので、
さあ、ここでメイヨのダンク。これは流れが変わるかもしれません。自ら行きました。
はい、そうですね。今 もう3人いましたけど、その
橋本自らドライブ、キックアウト、ボールが乱れましたが大丈夫です。さあこのタフスリーは決まった。
せずにしっかりハンズアップして守ってたんですけどね。ここ決めますね。
このスリーをメイユ決めた。テイラー、メイヨに預けてそのままいった。メイヨのワンハンドダンク、
いやー、もういいですね、
はい、
もう少しこのテイラーボールを持つ時間が長いというところもありますが、自分で来た外へ桜井ノールックパスからメイヨのダンク、
いいですね、
見事なオフェンス北海道。
ターンオーバー中野で奪い返す、葛原メイヨー、来ましたね、メイヨのダンクぶち込んできました。はい、
Back to the action here at the Brex Arena. This is game number 1 of the semifinals. It's a best of 3 affair between Utsunomiya Brex and the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. Kawasaki's gonna have first crack here in the second period. Trying to find the king inside. Pass a little bit too tight. Here's Watanabe. We'll give it up. Gibbs to peek. Back to Watanabe. Watanabe! Nabe time? No. Jeff Gibbs overshoots. But there once again is Takeuchi being active under the boards. Gibbs can't believe it. He said, I was at point blank range and I missed. But he had to shoot it over the outstretched arms of Nick Fazekas. Takeuchi saying he needs 2 shots, but he was fouled in the act of rebounding, not in the act of shooting. Gibbs now orchestrating without Rossiter on the floor. Watanabe looking for space. Finds Gibbs. Gibbs just had to put it up. Shot clock was winding down. Utsunomiya will go to the king. Fazekas thought he has the advantage here against Takeuchi. Long rebound. Fazekas can't save it. The Kawasaki Brave Thunder's really been hampered here offensively. Only 14 points. That's got to be a low here this season for Kawasaki. You got a powerhouse squad. Gibbs playing point. Takeuchi comes out. Not quite sure why. Kiyojima using that Takeuchi screen. Shot clock's at 7. Step back 3. It's going to be short. Takeuchi's going to be called for that one. He can't believe it. Well, he was sandwiched by 2 opponents. Watch it here. They're going to call him for holding on to Kalfani. First entry here for Yuta Otsuka. Both coaches really maximizing their bench. Coach Kenji Sato for Kawasaki, Coach Ryuzo Anzai for Brex. Utsunomiya threading the needle. No, it's caught. Takeuchi very quick to react there. Kiyojima out. They swing it. Peak for 3. Too strong. Takeuchi with another rebound. Brand new 14 once again. Peak. Double team. We'll try to force the issue. Fancy footwork. And he draws a foul. multitude of fakes there to get so many defenders up in the air. There's one, there's two, and there's the foul. First entry for Keisuke Masuda. Masuda actually played for the Japanese national squad under 19. They feel he's going to be a future national team member. Only 23 years young. Japanese basketball is healthy at the moment. They got so many naturalized players to choose from. They got a lot of young, up-and-coming players. They even have 2 players in the NBA, both of which will be playing for them in the Tokyo Olympics. Second free throw goes down, and it's now an 11-point lead. Peak will take a breather. Ikaruga comes right back in. 2 minutes gone here in the second. A lot of time remaining here in the first half. It seems like Brex has played really tough defense from the beginning. Taves is checked back in. Finally, he'll have to bring this one out. Cross-court pass. Masuda gets stopped in his tracks. That's a big body there in Gibbs. He was going nowhere. Another good defensive stop here by the hometown squad. Taves will bring it down. Taves also a member of the national squad. Only 22 years old. Bring it inside. This is a great matchup. Gibbs against a leading shot blocker in Heath. And Heath prevails. They go to Kalfani. Well run fast break. And a timeout will quickly be called here by Coach Anzai. Not taking any chances. Pinpoint pass. Kalfani delivers. Cutting down that lead further.
よろしくお願いいたします。ブレックスロゴが後ろに隠れたボールを見失わないよう最後まで頑張ってください。では参りましょう。ブレックスシャッフルチャレンジ。さあ場内の皆さんも一緒に見逃さ 前半戦第2クォーター残り時間は7分6秒スコアは25対16ブレックス9点のリードですタイムアウト明けブレックスボールエンドラインからのスローインです
Back to the action here at the Brex Arena. Anthony Suntire for game number 1 of the semifinals between Utsunomiya Brex and the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. Pocket pass finds Rossiter, who has just checked in. So more stability now for the Brex squad. But that is expected. Another block shot here from Jordan Heath. He's got 2. You cannot take any of those floaters in front of Jordan Heath. He will knock it back to you every single time. Still 25-16. Brex with a 9-point advantage. Looks like that's Watanabe coming in, replacing Ikaruga. Yuma Fuji once again. Nice curl. Well-run play there, leading to the basket from Otsuka. Otsuka's first 2 points of the contest. 3.5 gone here in quarter number 2. Kiejima will lose it. Duty foul going to be called there on Watanabe. You might be looking for a sportsmanlike foul here. That's what Coach Kenji Sato is asking for. And they're going to review it. He might be in trouble here. There was a slight grab at the very end. Watch it here. As he made his turn, there was no play for the ball. And at the same time, he tugged at the offensive player. Chances are this might be an unsportsmanlike foul, which could lead to 2 free throws plus ball possession. Coach Anzai just went over to him and says, "Them's the breaks." But we'll see if they catch a break here. But usually that should be, and almost always is called, an unsportsmanlike foul. Under FIBA rules, they want to be able to go for the steal, at least go for the basketball. That time, he went for the body, and he even had a tug on the arm. And here's the call. Oh, they call it a regular foul. And he likes it. The hometown fans love it. But for Coach Kenji Sato and the rest of the Kawasaki Brave Thunders, they might have a slight objection to that one. Play goes on. Pablo Aguilar talking there. He might have dodged the bullet. Watanabe and his squad could have yielded 4, possibly 5 points in just one play. Heath thought about that 3. Heath still to score in this ball game. Trying to force that pass. Doesn't find Heath. Bounce pass. Watanabe gets away inside. Lead is back up to 9. Jordan Heath, known for his slam dunks. Yuma Fuji puts up a 3 and hits. That cuts the lead to a more manageable deficit. Taves. Stopping, forcing the issue, goes glass, and it drops. Kai Taves with his first 2 points. Yuma Fuji trying to get away from Kiejima. Now they're going to settle things down. Going 4 corners. Heath now coming out. Heath on the outside. Heath stepping back and hitting. Boy, Jordan Heath has got range. That's his first basket of the night. Rossiter now manning the controls. And then gives it up. Kiejima. Kiejima thought about it. Shot clock is at 5. Taves hoists up a 3. Short. He had to put that one up. At least it was a legitimate shot from a coaching standpoint. You don't like them forcing up or trying to thread the needle with a few passes here that'll go awry. At least he took a legal attempt. Poor shot. And no chance for Motsuka. He's a pure shooter, yes, but you want to be set. Taves almost lost it. Double team. Scott. He goes outside. The ball will stay here with the hosts. That's going to bring us to an official timeout. 3:54 remaining here in the first half. It's a 6-point lead by Utsunomiya Brex. Under 4 minutes remain here in the first half of game number 1. This is our semifinals of the B.LEAGUE Championship. It's Utsunomiya Brex up against Kawasaki Brave Thunders. The Brex got off to an exceptional start, leading 7-0, built up a lead of 10-2, and so far they have not yet looked back as they lead here by 6, 29-23. Gibbs gets it inside to Rossiter. Rossiter trying to tap it to himself. It falls in the hands of Nabetime. Not a 3, but still badly needed 2 points. Brings their team to a much more comfortable 8-point edge. Fazikas rejoins the action. Chuji hits. Check that, that was Yuma Fuji. Starting point guard. Got it to drop. Mateoto Chuji has checked in as well. Watanabe gives it up. Scott with a long 2, yes. The offense of Utsunomiya Brex clicking on all cylinders. Aguilar for 3. Rattles that one out. Chuji's gonna recover. Trying to go inside to Nick. And Nick delivers. Heads up play there from Chuji. Finding Nick inside against a smaller defender. It's been an exciting game number 1 here between Utsunomiya Brex and the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. Good evening. Thank you very much for joining us here this Friday evening for B.LEAGUE playoff action. Rossiter always at the helm. Now they go to the opposite end. Gibbs trying to fight for possession. Rossiter, pocket pass. It finds Scott. Jordan Heath got mixed up there. Wasn't able to help out defensively. Lead back up to 7. 2:20 still to be played here in half number 1. Fazikas using the glass. Nick Fazikas now with 11 points. He's in double digits. Yuma Fuji also in double digits. The 2 players in double digits for the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. Rossiter up against Fuji. Tries to back him down. 3! Nice basket there from Hiyajima. Trying to get him on court here. His first 3 points. He also has a rebound and an assist so far here. The King starting to feel it. A little bit off to the left that time. Gives another rebound. Scott was posting up. He couldn't find him. Endo to Hiyajima. Hiyajima forces the issue. Rossiter, second time, will get it to drop. Heath complaining, saying he got pushed. Not quite sure if we can see that, but as far as Utsunomiya is concerned, they're heading to the bench. They don't care. They're right back up. Watch it here. You might not be able to see it from that angle. Rossiter is going to pick up 2 points to go with 2 rebounds. Coming out of the last timeout, you heard Ryan Rossiter telling the entire team and even his coach, the defense of Endo is perfect. Just keep sending Nick left, and we're in good standing. Right now, they are in good standing. There's the king. Nick Fazikas talking to one of our officials, just clarifying something. Fuji will bring it down and set up this offensive. We find Aguilar. Heath. Back to Fuji. A lot of movement. Maybe trying to use Fazikas as a decoy here. Fuji will be called for steps. It's going to be another turnover here for the visiting Kawasaki Brave Thunders. Kawasaki now with 7 turnovers. Only 2 turnovers for Utsunomiya Brex. It's been a perfectly played first half so far here for Utsunomiya. As they look to try to get to the finals. They'll have one step. Endo for 3. That rattles out. Very short. Best of 3 affair. Nick will hit the deck. 2-on-1 break. They push it forward. Couldn't complete it. Was Hiyajima. He thought a 3-point play was in the offing. Endo. Lead pass. And Heath was there. Just to try to make sure there was additional defensive pressure. The 2 free throws coming up here for Makoto Hiyajima, 30 years old, standing 6'3". He was injured early this season. He was in and out of the lineup, but the important part is he's here and he's playing in the playoffs where it really counts. Everything is at stake. And it all begins here with game number 1. Knocks both free throws down, establishing another 12-point lead. Kai Taves will check in once again. 22.2 seconds remaining. Kawasaki might be well served. Take advantage of taking the last shot here. Looks like they will. Taves is inserted. So more speed guarding the point. Shot clock is off. Game clock. Leads 5. That's a good foul from Taves. They're not yet in the penalty. Nima Fuji was not in the shooting motion. That's the last foul they can give though. 5.2 seconds remaining before we take the halftime break. Pushing a lot of shoving. Fuji. Yuma Fuji. That one hits back rim. Excellent defense put up here. Not just in the final seconds, but the entire 20 minutes of the first half by Utsunomiya Brex. Look at them holding Kawasaki down to just 14 and 16 respectively. And that's why they now lead by 12 at the break.
And let's go on to the next segment of the show. Here we will be explaining and introducing to the viewers attractions of the B.LEAGUE that are not well known yet, called What's Up B.LEAGUE? Point 2. Asian player quotas. It's a new rule started from this season. Each team will be able to sign with one player from China, Chinese Taipei, Indonesia, Philippines, or Korea, and they do not count as the foreign player quotas. There are two main reasons. Number 1, improving the competitiveness of the B.LEAGUE. It increases the opportunities to play against great players in Asia on a daily basis, and also to deal with excessive playing time of foreign players. Number 2, business standpoint. It enables the league to explore the Asia market, sponsorships, and broadcasting rights. There are currently 3 players playing under Asian player quotas. Jin Liu from China, playing for Utsunomiya Storks. Jaemin Yang from Korea, playing for Shinshu Brave Warriors. And 30 Ravenna from Philippines, playing for Sangin Neo Phoenix, who have made a major impact on league's Asian market strategies. I heard some rumors that more and more players are coming. Who do you want next? Before we move on to the introduction of the second match, let's go on to the next segment of the show. Here, we will be explaining and introducing to the viewers attractions of the B.LEAGUE that are not well known yet. It's called What's Up B.LEAGUE? For our 4th time, this regulation has made the B.LEAGUE even more exciting, creating opportunities for young players. Point 4. Special Designated Player Rule. Special Designated Player Rule is a regulation which each team can sign up to 2 players with 22 years or younger on top of their team's regular roster. But they can only play under this rule for a period of maximum 3 months per season. The rule was introduced in 2016 with the start of the B.LEAGUE, and almost every teams make the most of this rule ever since. The player who left the biggest impact was Yuki Kawamura, who was still a high school student last season, but he was already leading his team and proved himself that he belongs in the league. His impact was big off the court too. It influenced the team's attendance because the arena was always packed with full house after full house. And also the number of followers on team's social media skyrocketed after he joined the team. What about this season? There is Kai Kim, who played for Yokohama, who made it from the youth team to the top team. 8 players from the major powerhouse Tokai University were called up to play at the professional level. And few high school players follow the footsteps of Kawamura too. The future is bright for these players. Experiencing the professional level at a young age will help develop their skill and mindset. And it definitely opens up possibilities of Japanese basketball. And let's go on to the next segment of the show. Here, we will be explaining and introducing to the viewers attractions of the B.LEAGUE that are not well known yet. It's called What's Up B.LEAGUE? For our 3rd time, we will introduce the project heading into their 10th year. Point 3. B Hope Hands Up Project. B.LEAGUE Hope is about community services off the court, which the league has been making efforts from day one. Hands Up Project is a part of that B.LEAGUE hope, organized to always remember, never forget. Think about what each of us can do, and take an action to face the unsolved issues still left from the post-earthquake. Because it has been exactly 10 years since the devastating Tohoku earthquake that happened on March 11, 2011. They are planning to support the Tohoku area clubs such as Fukushima, Sendai, Ibaraki, and Iwate. There will be awareness-raising activities that involves with the help from every club organizations to face the post-earthquake issues. Holding basketball camps and clinics, inventing a program to learn about disaster prevention while playing basketball for local children. Allow me to share my thoughts. It's been 10 years since the earthquake, but it's only 10 years. There's still people out there that needs help and support. It makes huge difference, but it's very important for each of us to be involved. It could be a very tiny things, but when each of us do those tiny things, it adds up to something big. And that's what we need from everybody, including myself. And lastly, I'm very thankful for your love and support from all over the world.
It's halftime here at the Brex Arena, and we have Utsunomiya Brex enjoying a 12-point edge at 42-30. Utsunomiya Brex got off to a great start. Exactly what Coach Ryuzo Anzai wanted from his squad. Got a lot of easy points off the fast break. They raced to a 7-0 lead. They built it up to 10-2 and eventually went up to 12 in the first period at 23-11. First period ended 23-14. Chuji there with his only 3. But moving the basketball so well from strong side, weak side was Utsunomiya. Getting some open looks. Here you see Yuma Fuji with a really difficult shot inside the paint. The shots there, as you can see for Rossiter, much easier. Yuma Fuji would have 10 points in double digits together with the king, Nick Fazekas. But when you look at the Utsunomiya Brex, just 4 points for Gibbs. Kiejima with 5. Scott with 10. Rossiter with 4. So it's evenly distributed. Calfani gets away there. They did make a run. Quickly, Coach Anzai pushed the timeout button, and his team was able to re-establish the lead. Here, just one of the too many turnovers committed here by Kawasaki. They had a total of 8. Only 2 turnovers for Utsunomiya Brex. And when we take a look at the numbers a little bit later on, just looking at the field goal percentages, the numbers may be a little bit skewed. But the real telling number will be the points from turnovers. So many easy points the other way. 11 points for turnovers for Utsunomiya Brex. 0 for Kawasaki. Nice setup there. But you can see, they did have some open shots. Just couldn't take advantage. Fazekas gets away for 2 here. But just really good wide open looks for the shooters. There's Hiejima. And here are the numbers we're talking about. When you take a look at the field goal percentages, in fact, from 2-point distance, Kawasaki Brave Thunder shot even better, 62%. But they shot less, and they made less. 3-point distance, just about the same. As you can see, free throws, just 4 more free throws awarded here. But you see those 22-16, those are points in the paint, just +6 really. But the big numbers, if you ask me, are the 2 and the 8. You see the 2 is turnovers for Utsunomiya. 8 were the turnovers for Kawasaki Brave Thunders. But looking further down at the points from turnovers, Utsunomiya Brex got 11, which means they essentially got 11 fast break points, 11 easy shots, and that just about sums up their lead. They're up by 12, 42-30. A whole lot still to be played though here. Leading scorers for Brex, as you can see there, 10 points. There for Josh Scott, backed up there by the 7 points. For LJ Peak, Hiejima's got 4. But remember, basketball is played in 4 quarters, 40 minutes. First 2 quarters belonged to the home squad. And it was really their defense that stood out strong, limiting Kawasaki to 14 points in the first period, 16 points in the second period, while they scored 23 and 19 of their own. And so they built up this 12-point advantage. Jordan Heath has been a gem defensively, but he has yet to score. Actually, he scored 1 basket, so he's only got 2 points. Our officials for this match have done a pretty good job. There have been a few complaints left and right, but essentially, they've been spot on. Our referees for today, Referee Kato, Referee Kubo, and Referee Higashi. Shinoyama now will be starting for Kawasaki. I like this move from Coach Kenji Sato, starting even stronger I felt they started really strong because usually they have Pablo Aguilar not playing together with Nick Fazekas. They substitute for each other, but now, today, he started Fazekas, Aguilar, Jordan Heath, Naoto Chuji, together with Yuma Fuji. But now he sends in national team member Ryusei Shinuyama. This is the same starting five for Utsunomiya Brex. Shot clock is at 4. Trying to beat the shot clock. No, falls in the hands of Shinuyama. Well, Kawasaki got the stop that they were looking for. They need a few stops. Quick seal. Heath hits that hook. Quiet 4 points here for Jordan Heath. But the lead has been cut down to 10. Rossiter colliding there with LJ Peak. Peak for 3. Will come up short. Josh Scott with a tip in. Josh Scott leads all scorers now with 12. Defensive rebounding has been miserable here for Kawasaki. Jordan Heath gets his own miss, puts it through. Heath now starting to heat up. He's got 4 points here in the quarter, 6 points total. Rossiter really just controlling the tempo for his squad. Looks for the open man. Looks if there's a mismatch. Scott kicks it out. Rossiter goes inside. Endo falling away. No. That was Ikaruga. Check that. But a foul is going to be called here as they are trying to stop Josh Scott, who got inside rebounding position. Clearly a hold there on Shinuyama. He can't complain. Shinuyama's going to pick up a personal, and that's going to be the first team foul for Kawasaki. So far, so good here for the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. They feel they're still in a good place. Yes, they're down by 10, but actually they have not played good basketball. So they can get back to the basketball we're used to seeing. Kawasaki can definitely make a comeback. We've got a good one on our hands here this Friday evening. Scott, up and under move. Misses that short shot. They're going to try to set things up. They want the basket. Chuji to Aguilar. Aguilar with the left hand. Going inside early has proved to be very successful here for Kawasaki. Rossiter will give it up. Quickly swinging it to the other end. Scott posting up. Quick double. LJ Peak. Short on that 3. Rossiter with another rebound. Looks like it's a foul going to be called on Chuji. Watch it here. Rossiter with another offensive rebound. He's got 3 of them already. Chuji asking for a foul, but maybe the travel happened after Rossiter got hacked. Sneaky play doesn't work. Trying to steal a basket there, it didn't work. Fazekas gets it right back. They go inside to Aguilar. They like this matchup. Aguilar inside, another baby hook, but this time doesn't work. Rossiter inside. That was a wild shot. He's going to get it back though. Brand new 14 to work with. Peak. Shot clock down to 5. Forces that one up. One-handed rebound here from Nick. Trying to go inside, and LJ Peak will be called for a personal. That's going to be his second. And first team foul here for Brex. Aguilar happy that foul was called. They're going to lose another possession. Jeff Gibbs is going to enter. LJ Peak will take a seat. 3 minutes gone here in the third period. It's been a real tight affair. Yes, Utsunomiya Brex was able to build a couple of 12-point leads. But Kawasaki still hanging tough. Shinoyama can't get it. That's going to be a backing violation. Shinoyama was saying he was pushed, but Ikaruga just really was all over him in that situation. And the crowd loves it. He's got more than a handful of crowd here. I think they might have allowed more than 50%. Well, this is the playoffs, and the fans are dying to enter here and watch the action live. Gibbs will hand it off. Inside to Scott, quickly to Endo. Back rim there. Heath grabs it above everybody else, and that's going to be a foul called on Gibbs. That is a cheap foul. He should have just gone down and played defense. He swiped at it twice. Got away with the first one. Got called for the second. Yajima will enter. Looks like both teams pulling out now all the stops, putting in their best players available. So 3 Japanese national team members on the court now. 2 for Kawasaki, 1 for Brex. Yajima for Brex. You have Shinoyama and Chuji for the visiting squad. Fazekas spins and hits. Basket and 1 opportunity here for Nick Fazekas. And I'm only counting the locals. If you want to include players that are on the national squad, at least the 32-man roster, you've got Brian Rossiter and that gentleman on your screens right there, Nick the King Fazekas. 2 naturalized players. So when you mention that Japanese basketball is in a good place, it really is. This might be the golden age of basketball in Japan. They have so many naturalized players to choose from. They have so many young up-and-coming players, already so many veterans. Not to mention the fact that you have 2 players in the NBA which will be playing for Japan in the Tokyo Olympics. Rossiter inside with the left hand. Rossiter has picked his spots here and there. He's got 6 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. Working towards another triple-double. Aguilar, Rossiter with a steal. Little bit of an exaggerated motion there from Rossiter. He just wanted to make sure, I think the referees saw that he got hit. Well, his head came into contact there. His mask actually came into contact with the head of Jordan Heath. Heath is going to pick up a personal. Heath has been essentially ineffective here today. Fazekas with 14 points. Aguilar with just 2. So Fazekas holding on and carrying the cudgels for his team scoring-wise. We're approaching the halfway point here off quarter number 3. Coach Kenji Sato making his case. All the fans here at the Brex Arena, Brex Nation, has been noisy from the get-go. And they got so much to cheer about, so much to cheer for. Yajima. Yes, Rossiter stopped in his tracks. Yajima. Rossiter, the floater, no. But there's Gibbs creating space once again. Heath with another block. Jordan Heath has really been a monster on the defensive boards. Fazekas can't control. Endo, easy 2. Lead is back to 9. And another turnover and another point. Actually, another basket. So that's 2 points off a turnover. Shinoyama. Kawasaki needs to take control of their turnovers. Heath for 3. No. He has taken a few here and there. But his specialty is operating inside. Rossiter almost lost it. Now Hiyajima says, let's relax. We're up by 9. We're at home. And it seems like we've got the number of Kawasaki defensively. Hiyajima open for 3. Yes! Everything dropping for Utsunomiya Brex. Coach Sato shaking his head in dismay. Breakdown in defense there. Hiyajima all day to shoot. Knocks that down.
激しく打っています。ローテーションでいいですよ。エヴァンスが変えていって、これ一つバウンドした後にそのままマキが打っていきます。このリバウンドなんですよ。これが強いクーリー、バスケットカウント。
ジャック・クーリースクリーンをかけに行く波とのジャンパー。ボールはクーリーです。この強さはジャック・クーリー。落ち着いて攻めていけばいいわけですよね。
そうですね。慌てる必要はないですからね。
並里からノールックでクーリーへリバウンド自ら取ってバスケットカウント。
Brex Nation is rocking here at the Brex Arena. And why not? Their squad has built up another lead of 12. And they're looking solid defensively. Almost another turnover. Utsunomiya trying to look for Nick. Can he get it to the king? Aguilar tries to go inside. Heath with a slam. Finally, Jordan Heath getting away with a slam dunk. He leads the league in slam dunks. In fact, midway through this season, he recorded his 100th slam dunk in the B.LEAGUE. That's his specialty. Cuts the lead down to 10. Floater will drop here for Ryan Rossiter. Rossiter now has got 8 points to go with 7 boards and 6 assists. Another complete game here for Rossiter. Strong candidate as the naturalized player for Japan in the Olympics. Fazekas also trying to make his case. Will miss there and the ball will go back to the host squad. Exactly 3 minutes remaining. LJ Peak will check in together with Kosuke Takeuchi. Some more height, courtesy of Takeuchi. And of course, more scoring with LJ Peak. Josh Scott leads the scoring for Utsunomiya Brex with 12. Nick Fazekas leads all scorers with 14. He's backed up by Yuma Fuji with 10. Peak's gonna lose it. This might be one of the few turnovers and points for turnover. First 2 points off a turnover for Calfani and company. That cuts the lead down to 10. Nice release pass and LJP gets away, but a block there from Calfani. Calfani's giving them some energy here as he re-enters in the third. They want to bring this down to maybe about 6 points to have an easier time in the fourth. Fazekas falling away. Yes! And a timeout will be called here by Utsunomiya. 16 points in the ball game here for Nick Fazekas. Watch it once again. Operating down low. The veteran. Just with so many moves. Kawasaki Brave Thunders want to finish with a flurry here in the third. But for Brex Nation, they want their Utsunomiya Brex to finish stronger. Let's see which team comes out on top here in the final 2 minutes, 14 seconds. Still an 8-point lead enjoyed by Utsunomiya. And they will have possession here. Lowest lead was brought down to was 6. Biggest lead in the ball game was 12. We've had no ties yet. Brex has led from the very beginning. Takeuchi, short. Calfani with the rebound. Calfani's doing it all for his squad as he re-enters here in the third. Fuji will find the king. The king against Takeuchi. That's good defense. That's actually Hiyajima that he spun around. He's much taller than Hiyajima. No way Hiyajima can stay in step. Gibbs a little bit too late there to help. Fazekas now with 16 points. He's got the lead down to 6. Could be 5. That time you can see Fazekas went right. The defense is trying to send Fazekas to the left, his weaker side. Fazekas now with 19 points. This is the closest Kawasaki has been. Rossiter with a slight push. We're going to have a jump ball situation, and possession arrow shows the visitors. Big burst being put together here to end the third period, both offensively and defensively. That would easily have been a charging foul. Referee say play on, and that jump ball situation will lead to the ball heading back to the visiting squad. Can they get it down to 3? Or even 2 with a 3-pointer? Slick portion on the floor there. Coach Kenji Sato a little bit more comfortable with where his team is at entering the fourth. As we mentioned, Kawasaki has not played up to their level yet here today, but obviously some of that was because of the great defense put on them by Utsunomiya Brex. But just too many turnovers has been their main downfall. Already 11 turnovers for Kawasaki, just 3 for Utsunomiya. Fuji, long 2. Too strong. Exactly a minute remaining. We go to Gibbs. Gibbs might not attack Heath here. Does, cops out. Cross-court pass. Hiyajima for 3. Will knock that one down. Hiyajima now with 11 points. He's in double figures. Fuji to the king. To the corner. Answering back with a 3 of their own is Hasegawa. Hasegawa, the wing defender, but can knock down that 3 if you leave him open. Lead is back down to 5. Difference of about 2 seconds from shot clock and the game clock. And now, shot clock will be turned off. Foul there by Kawasaki. I felt a little bit too early. Hiyajima wasn't making a move towards the basket anyhow. Now Utsunomiya is going to take the last shot for sure. Finds Hiyajima once again. Hiyajima. Bounce pass, Takeuchi, extra pass, Gibbs! Will not get it to drop. Fazekas with the rebound, and that's where the third period will end. Botched opportunity there for Gibbs and company. As we head into the fourth and final period, everything to play for. Just 5 points separating these squads.
マブンが仕掛けていってスミスのループ、非常にいいプレーが見られましたね。今に預けて辻がつきます。ミスマッチですよね。辻から仕掛けていってスミスに渡してテンポを遅らせていきますが、一気にプッシュをしていって外、前田悟スリーポイント決まりました。いいですね。
一瞬ミスマッチをついて女子ダンカン入っていきましたが決めきれませんでした。マブンガの歌、そしてソロモンへこういったアシストですね。こういう間がある。さあそして情報からマブンガ、サイズ的にはミスマッチです。マブンガ、そしてソロモンへ
よく見てましたね。マブンガというのはね、ここを出さないようにちょっとオフェンスを終わりたいですよね。
マブンガ、ここも飛ばすとミスマッチ、弾き飛ばしました。今度はファールコールなし、スミスのレインアップ。さあ両チームともにまた少しメンバーを入れ替えました。マブンガ、ソロモンへアリウープ、いいですね。
遠藤がマブンガについています。ショットクロック残り5秒。うわー、ダンク
素晴らしい。
マブンガからスミス、素晴らしいコンビネーション。このタイミング、井出さん大きなプレーですね。
はい、
背中を通してのマブンガのパス
見せてくれますね。はい、
Welcome to the final 10 minutes of action here from the Brex Arena. This is game number 1 of our semi-final series. It's Utsunomiya Brex up against the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. Anthony Sutai with the call. Thank you very much for joining us here for B-League action this Friday evening. The playoffs are upon us. And the cream has risen to the top as we have the top 4 teams remaining. And you're witnessing two of those 4, 2 of the best. Utsunomiya up against Kawasaki. Scott, bailout pass. 3's not going to drop. Kalfani has given excellent minutes here to Kawasaki. Fuji trying to look for space. Finds the King. King, fall away too? No. Rebound to Rossiter. Rossiter now with rebound number 8. Trying to go to Scott. Scott slapped away there by Aguilar. More than enough time on their shot clock. Ijima goes inside. Gibbs given that 2. They say just 2 seconds remain on the shot clock. Gibbs missed everything. And Fazekas wisely gave him that shot, saying, okay, let's see you make it. And he put up a poor one. I'm sure he'd want that one back, but they still have possession. With 2 seconds, time for a quick pass or 2. Facing the sidelines there is Coach Kenji Sato. Kiyajima huffing and puffing. He's really finding his form. He's got 11 points. Rossiter for 3. Too strong. Kalfani will get it back to Fuji. Trying to cut this lead down to 3. Fuji gets away! Nice incursion there from Yuma Fuji. And Fuji now with 12 points. More importantly, the lead has been cut down to 3. They just get it past the timeline. Rossiter. Inside pass to Gibbs. Iyajima. Step back 3. Will misfire. Gibbs trying to fight for it. It's going to stay on this end. Gibbs with a push there on Kalfani. Things started to get heated here. Let's see if some more color develops between Kalfani and Gibbs. Almost 2 minutes gone here in the 4th and final period. We promised you a good one. And this is living up to the billing. These are 2 of the top teams. Utsunomiya Brex finished the season with 49 wins, 11 losses. Kawasaki with 43-16. Two of the winningest clubs here this year. Endo for three. That rattles out. Suddenly, the outside shooting for Utsunomiya has gone cold. Foul's going to be called on Gibbs here. Fazekas exaggerating that motion just to make sure the referees saw the arm of Gibbs. Checking back in is Ikaruga. Coach Anzaina wondering what does he need to do, what combination will work. So far he's been spot on. Fuji gets away, kicks it out. Kalfani, this is for the tie. Fazekas, his putback, no, but on a second opportunity, third try overall in this sequence, he gets the drop and the lead is down to 1. The King with another rebound, his 8th, and he's got 21 points. Ikaruga, pocket pass, Gibbs. Turnover, here's Yuma. Fuji, boy, he had an open lane. And stepping on the line was Hasegawa. Hasegawa thought Fuji was all in on that shot, and you can see it there. A sorry look on the face of Takumi Hasegawa. Another turnover. That's not going to lead to a turnover point, but still, it's going to give another offensive possession to the hosts, who are now holding on to a precarious 1-point lead. Misfiring there. Scott! Not to the rescue. And the ball will head over to the visitors. They're even missing from point-blank range. Twice there. Once from Ikaruga. Once from Josh Scott. Watch it here. Scott thought that was down. Three minutes gone here in the fourth period. Takeuchi is going to rejoin the action. Gibbs will take a seat. Well, with LJ Peak there, he is the most offensive-minded of their imports. And he attacks the hoop with abandon. Fuji almost lost it, eventually does. Rossiter pushes it forward. Scott trying to slam it through, and a foul's going to be called on Jordan Heath. He doesn't like the call. Check that. That is Kalfani, but looked like Kalfani was inside the no charge zone. Kalfani says he got a lot of ball. Yes, he did, but he got a whole lot of body as well. Josh Scott now on the line for 2. Inadvertent buzzer there, and that's going to work in favor of Scott. They're going to give him 2 shots. He just missed the first. Referee's clarifying. 2 shots. First for Scott. He makes amends. That's going to give them some sunshine. The lead is now at 2. Aguilar's check back in. Fazekas with the defensive board. Nick now with 10 rebounds, so he's got a double-double of 21 points, 10 rebounds. Kalfani's in with Aguilar. Not seen too much of Jordan Heath, but Kalfani has played well here. Keeping Heath on the bench. That's a poor pass. Peak will misfire. Hasegawa just made sure he got a hand on that one, so there's no offensive rebound. But a lazy pass here from Nick Fazekas. He might be tiring out. Hasegawa just making sure there was no easy putback as Takeuchi was there. Still 21 seconds on their shot clock. as we approach the 6-minute mark of the fourth period. Both teams with just one team foul. Almost a 5-second violation. Rossiter eventually gets it. Ikaruga turning the corner. Finds Rossiter. Now they've got to attack. Ikaruga, long two. Knocks it down. Lead is back up to 4. Fuji quickly down court and then says, let's go to Kalfani. Matthias denied, but 2 free throws coming up here. Matthias Kalfani standing 6'7", 29 years old, part of the Uruguay national squad. He's known for his tough defense as LJ Peak will pick up his 3rd foul, and that might signal the re-entry of Jeff Gibbs. Peak only with 7 points. But so far in the playoffs, he's been averaging close to 20. But his regular season averages are 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Watanabe getting set to rejoin the fray. And there is Jeff Gibbs. Kalfani with with decent averages. He's on the court for about 18 minutes. Comes up with 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a block, and a steal. Giving you everything in every category. Second will misfire. Ujima now will play the point. Harassed there by Yuma Fuji. Almost a 5-second violation. Scott gives it up once again. Shot clock's down to 4. That was a heave, which will not work. Alfani says, we did great, D. They can cut down this lead to 1 or tie things up here. Brief rest for the King. Brief rest for Ryan Rossiter. So both the naturalized players for Utsunomiya and Kawasaki back in action. Alfani will bring it down himself. Now to Fuji. We're at the halfway point of the final period. Shot clock is at 8. Kalfani falling away. No. Not exactly the man you want to be able to break down the defense. Here's Rossiter. Working on another possible triple-double. Bounce pass. Finds Scott. Kalfani says, I had my hands up. Fazekas doing the same thing. But a foul is going to be called on one of those gentlemen. They're going to say it's on Kalfani. Kalfani's going to pick up his 3rd foul, but this is Jordan Heath time for sure. 4:30 remaining in this contest. You got a good one. Don't go away.
激しく打っています。ローテーションでいいですよ。エヴァンスが変えていって、これ一つバウンドした後にそのままマキが打っていきます。このリバウンドなんですよ。これが強いクーリーバスケットカウント。
ジャック・クーリースクリーンをかけに行く波ののジャンパー。ボールはクーリーです。この強さはジャック・クーリー。落ち着いて攻めていけばいい。
4 minutes, 30 seconds remain here in game number 1 of the semifinals between Utsunomiya Brex and the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. 2 free throws coming up here for Josh Scott. Scott now with 13 points to go with 9 rebounds. Makes that first. Ryan Rossiter working on a triple-double. He's got 8 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. Scott a little bit too strong on that one. Trying to get down quickly in offense. Aguilar had an open 3, will give it up. Chance of defense here from Brex Nation. Calfani, quick spin, will lose it. Steal there from Rossiter. Watanabe will wait for the rest of the troops and they're going to use some clock. That's not a safe lead though at 4. Both teams desperately want to get game number 1. In a best of 3 affair, game number 1 is very critical. Turnover there. Hijima, that was just too tight. And Rossiter looks over at Hijima and says, remember, there was an extra defender there in the sideline. Here's Jordan Heath. This, I feel, is a better combination. Calfani had great minutes, but in the last 4 minutes, you need to have Heath. Fuji. Trying to work against Gibbs. Gets past him. Aguilar for 3. That will come up short. Rossiter. Behind the back dribbling. Rossiter with an offensive rebound. Puts it up and in. Will they count that? No, they're going to call the foul. Let's double check. Looks like it might be a foul. Gives it up. Perfect pass. Are they going to wave that off? Let's see. They're going to say Ryan Rossiter got fouled on the way up. No, they're going to say that there was a foul called initially already against Josh Scott. So Josh Scott makes the first. That's going to be another assist for Ryan Rossiter. That's going to get him to 9. Scott now with 14 points. Now 15. The lead is back up to 6. Nice to see Utsunomiya back in action. This is it. The finishing kick. And so Kawasaki now sending in the captain of the Japanese national squad. Also the captain here of Kawasaki. And he's got possession. His national teammate, Chuji. Now to Fazekas. Chuji from the 15-foot line will come up short. Another rebound here for Rossiter. Rebound number 9. He almost lost it and he gave it up. Actually, that's rebound number 10. So they change it, so it's back to 9. 3-pointer! That rattles in! That was in front of Hijima. Chuji didn't care. Hijima got hit in the face. Let's see what the referees say here. The 3 will definitely count. The left hand came into contact with the face of Hijima. We're going to have a timeout on the floor. We'll sort things out. 2:40 remaining in this one. This is game number 1 of our semifinals between Brex and the Brave Thunders.
激しく打っています。ローテーションでいいですよ。エヴァンスが変えていって、これ一つバウンドした後にそのまま牧が打っていきます。このリバウンドですよ。これが強いクーリーバスケットカウント。
ジャック・クーリースクリーンをかけに行く。涙とのジャンパー。ボールは クーリーです。この強さ、ジャック・クーリー。落ち着いて攻めていけばいいわけですよね。
そうですね。慌てる必要はないですからね。
並里からノールックでクーリーへリバウンド自ら取ってバスケットカウント。
We've got an exciting wind-up here this Friday evening. B-League playoff action coming your way. This is game number 1 of our semi-final series between Utsunomiya and Kawasaki. Anthony Suntay with the call. Glad you're joining us. Do follow us on Facebook, B.LEAGUE. You can actually also, if you want, send me whatever queries you have on Twitter at Anthony Suntay. I'll be glad to engage with you all about the B-League. Great basketball action coming your way here from Japan. And now it's Gibbs playing point. He issues another lazy pass, but he steals it. Boy. That's going to be goaltending, no question about that one. Wise play there from Endo. Just made sure he got it off the glass quickly. And the lead right back up to 5. Fazekas has led his team in scoring with 21 points. He also has 11 boards. But there were a couple of lazy plays from his end, but Chuji hits. Back-to-back threes from Chuji. Gunner for the Japanese national squad. He's got his team right back in it. Lead is down to 4. Gibbs explodes. Finds Scott. Scott will miss. Gibbs will get it back though. Block from Heath. It's going to stay on this end. On the line now, Shiojima. Shiojima makes the first. The fans now on the edge of their seats. gonna have an exciting wind-up here to this one. Hiyajima rattles in the second, and the lead is a little bit more comfortable at 4. Must score opportunity here. Heath left by his lonesome. That's a good foul there from Hiyajima, making sure there was no dunk and forcing Jordan Heath to take those 2 free throws. Also good patience being shown there by Heath. Crucial free throws as Hiyajima picks up his 3rd personal. Why not let Rossiter bring it up? Hiyajima to the wing. Endo for 3. No. Here in game number 1, a chance for Kawasaki to tie things up here with a 3. They go to the king. The king for 3 for the tie. Little bit offline. Still enough time. Fuji for 3 comes up short. And just what has happened all throughout this game. Utsunomiya Brex flexing their muscles defensively and coming up with a badly needed stop there. Utsunomiya Brex will take game number 1, 68-65. It was a nail biter, but as far as Brex Nation is concerned, they'll take it as the Brex take a 1-0 lead in this best of 3 semi-final affair. Kawasaki not with their best of games. And as you can see, once again, being held to just 14 points in the 4th period. They, on the other hand, also held Utsunomiya to just 12 in the payoff period. What an exciting wind-up. We're going to hear from Coach Anzai in just a little bit. But here you can see tremendous defense. In the first period, Kawasaki held to just 14. In the second period, just 16. They did have a breakout of 21 points in the 3rd period. But in the 4th period, again holding them to just 14. And they eke out a victory here, winning by just 3. That's by the skin of their teeth. The king had a good look. Just a little bit off to the right side. And that was more than enough for Utsunomiya to take the win here. Let's hear from Coach Ryozu Anzai.
最後まで息の抜けない試合展開になりました。今勝利、率直にどんなお気持ちですか。
いや本当にもう選手たちが頑張ってくれたのと、ホームでブレックスネーションで勝ち取った1勝だと思いますけど、明日またもう1勝しないといけないんで、しっかり切り替えて、もう1勝早くできるようにしっかりまた準備して明日迎えたいなと思います。はい。
Well, the question is, it was a close game until the very end. What was his feeling?
どんな考え方で臨んだんでしょうか。
Well, he said, Brex Nation won this game at home. It was close, but in the end they were able to pull away with the victory, and that's all that matters. He says, plain and simply, we want to win one more game, and then we're safely into the finals.
最後まで一度も川崎にリードを許すことなく、詰められてもまた開きました。この鍵はどこにあったんでしょうか。
もう最後までディフェンスとリバウンド頑張ったところかなと思います。はい。
さあいよいよファイナルまであと1勝になりました。明日に向けて思いを聞かせてください。
もう本当にあと1勝。このブレックスアリーナでブレックスネーションで
The question was, well, the Brex led from start to finish. What was the reason? And Anzai plainly said, rebounding and defense. They built a lead of as big as 12, and they never looked back. They led from wire to wire. There was no tie whatsoever. And here we have Makoto Hiejima.
そうですね、僕らのホームでやれるというところで皆さんのお力も借りして無事に勝ててよかったと思います。
今日は中盤
They're asking about his thoughts and his feelings about game number 1. And he said he's just happy and glad that they won at home.
チャンスもなくなるので、思いっきりシュートを打って、タッチも良かったので。
Hitting some clutch baskets, Hiejima.
そして接戦になった終盤は体を張ったプレーといいますかありました。どんな思いでした。
そうですね。
Hiejima finished with 13 points.
ゲームでやっぱり
They were led in scoring by Josh Scott with 18.
体を張ってリバウンドだったりそういったところがやっぱり鍵を分けると思うので、
7 points for
もっともっと
LJ
できた
Peak.
部分はあるんです
Endo
けど、
also had
持てる
7.
力を全部出し切った。
Ryan Rossiter almost with a triple-double of 8 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists.
明日に向けて一言決意をお願いします。
そうですね、まだ明日も残っているので、明日で本当に決めたいと思っているので、皆さん応援よろしくお願いします。
But Makoto just ended by saying, I left everything in the court. I gave everything I possibly could, and I'm glad I was able to hit that big shot, that big three, which you saw earlier in that replay.
18番イカルガ選手です。
And he says, we want to win and eventually go to the final. Another one of the heroes today,
ま
Ikaruga.
ず1勝しました。今どんな思いですか。
Ikaruga would finish with 5 points.
チームでやってきたことをでき
He
たの
also
で、
had 1 rebound and 1
まだ一勝しない
assist.
と次に進めない
But
の
he was
で、
there primarily for tough
気を引き
defense.
締めてます。
第1クォーターチームで3本のスリーポイントがありました。スリーポイントが試合の流れをつかんだと思いますが、その3本目を決めて、あの辺りはどんな思いだったんですか。
本当に出だしから積極的に、チームとしてシュートを打っていくというコンセプトの中、みんながそれを遂行できて、1クォーターですかね、しっかり、シュートが入ったので、流れに乗れたのかなというふうに思います。
そしてチーム全体としての今日のパフォーマンスはどんなふうにご覧になりますか。
そうですね、最後まで
Ikaruga said in his interview, we did what we have been doing all throughout,
応援の力があって、今日しっかり
and we've always worked together as a team.
思っています。
They were asking about his three-point shooting. He says, whenever I'm free, I'll remain aggressive. If I see a shot, I'll take it, and I'm just glad I made it.
行きたいと思いますので、もう1試合、力を貸してください。皆さんよろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
宇都宮の安西ヘッドコーチ、比江島選手、鵤選手に伺いました。インタビューは以上です。
Seiji Ikaruga has got a strong of fans here. And before he left, Ikaruga says, we will fight through until the end tomorrow and we will need your cheering, Brex Nation. Well, they cheered from the very beginning. Not quite sure how many fans were allowed here inside and how many fans are in the stands. But they definitely were a crucial and pivotal sixth man here for Brex Nation. Kai Taves didn't play too much, but in the end they got the victory. So tweaking his rotation a little bit, Taves normally plays more than the 4 minutes that he was given here, 4.5. Looking at his averages through the season, Taves has been averaging 16 minutes. Here today, just with 4.5, but it didn't matter. They were able to get the victory. Maybe he might see more minutes in tomorrow's encounter. That's what happened in their quarterfinal, in their first quarterfinal matchup. He played just about 6-7 minutes, and then he played 20 the next day. These two teams face each other once again tomorrow. Back-to-back semifinal games. If Kawasaki is able to come away with a win, we're going to have the all-deciding game on Monday. Here's some of the action. Chuji there. Hits from the outside. Chuji was able to come up with a few three-pointers. He would finish with 9 points. That was his only 3 in the first half, and he came up with 2 in the fourth quarter. That's it once again. The attendance today was 2,185. Good sized crowd here. There was Ikaruga, left open for that 3. It was a close affair. First quarter ended in favor of Brex, 23-14. Things got a little tighter in the middle part of the second, but then building up their lead once again was Brex up to 12, and that's where it stood, 42-30 at the halftime break. They changed ends. This is still second period action. Gibbs getting some scoring in. He came up with a couple of miscues in the end, which made things exciting. Jordan Heath led his squad defensively. Here's Calfani getting away with 2. There were 6 blocks registered in the ball game, 5 of them to Jordan Heath. Jordan, of course, leads the league in block shots. The other block shot was awarded to Calfani. That was expected. Those 2 imports really play the toughest defense for Kawasaki. And they lead and lean on the king for leadership and scoring. That was the only shot there for Watanabe. We could still say it was Nabe time, not a 3. But he beat the shot clock there. The king getting away inside for an easy 2. Nothing Ikaruga could do. He was undersized. And starting to heat up from the outside was Hiejima. Hiejima coming off the bench as he always does. Finished with 13 points. It was a real tough defensive battle. Both teams were willing to grind it out. As you see Josh Scott there with a putback. Going to the left hand was Pablo Aguilar. Aguilar really not able to put his stamp on this game. Only had 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. But he played 31 minutes. As an import, you're expected to score a whole lot more than that. But the defense for both these squads really held. Endo gets away there. Hiejima hitting that one. That wasn't necessarily the dagger, but that gave them better breathing space. Fazekas once again inside. Another one of those 3s for Hiejima. That bodes well for his squad and also for the Japanese national team if he does make it to the final roster of 12 for Tokyo. Not to mention the FIBA Asia qualifiers. Yumafuji gets away for 2 inside. That kept him in the game. Calfani will miss, but 2 putbacks there for Fazekas. Getting it down using the right hand. Long 2, knocked down by Ikaruga. That was the second basket. He would finish with 5 points. A 3 and that one. Shinoyama. Quick find. Chuji rattles that in. There was 9.3 seconds remaining and a chance for them to tie. This was Fazekas. Good line. Just a little bit off to the right. And then tough defense there by Ikaruga in front of Fuji. Fuji saying he was hit. Referees say otherwise. And game number 1 goes to Utsunomiya Brex. Final score in this one, 68-65. And there is confirmation as we bring you the numbers. This was a real defensive battle, as you can see there. Utsunomiya Brex, rather, shooting just 38% from the field, 58% for the Brave Thunders. But that's a little bit skewed because taking more shots, 16 more shots, was the Brex. 3-point field goals, not really their specialty tonight. Brex had more free throws, 15 awarded to them, as compared to just 9 for the Thunders. But when you look at the numbers, Utsunomiya Brex with 10 turnovers, 16 turnovers for the visiting squad. That really was their downfall here, because that led to 11 more points off turnovers. Looking at the points off turnovers total, it was 18 for Utsunomiya and just 7 for Kawasaki. So many easy points, 11 easy points awarded to the Brex squad, and they took advantage, winning it 32-34. As you can see there, those are the points in the paint, just about even. Rebounding was also a +12 for Utsunomiya. So inside that paint, they showed that they're the stronger team, primarily because Jordan Heath also wasn't on the floor for that long. Jordan Heath, well, looking at the numbers, Jordan Heath played 32 minutes. That's quite surprising. He came up with a very quiet 9 points. Here are the leading scorers. Fazekas for the losers with 23. Yuma Fuji with 12 and 9 points there for Chuji. For the winning squad, 18, 13, and 8 for Josh Scott, Hiejima, and also for Ryan Rossiter, respectively. Good offensive output, especially by Scott and by Fazekas. But it's a low-scoring affair. Just 68 points for the Brex and 65 for the Brave Thunders. They're capable of a whole lot more than that. We saw the numbers to start out this ball game, and they were close to 80. So this a far cry from that 80 number. But again, as far as Brex is concerned, glad to take game number 1 in a real tough defensive matchup. We're going to show you the playoff bracket in just a bit. Some more numbers here first. Leading rebounder is Rossiter. So those are the assists. Check that. Those are the assists, and also 5 assists there for Yuma Fuji. And there is the bracket. 4 teams remain. Chiba Jets, the Ryukyu Golden Kings on one side, and the quarterfinal winners here in the semifinals that you're watching. You've got Kawasaki up against Utsunomiya. And Utsunomiya takes game number 1, and so they lead 1-0 in this best-of-3 affair. Here now we see the B2 playoffs. Of course, leading up to the finals there. And you can see your favorite teams there. And here once again, we've got the schedule for the B-League finals. That's going to be later at the end of this month. 29th, the 30th. And if we do need a game 3, that's going to be on June 1st. That's going to be at the Yokohama Arena. So game number 1 goes to the hosts, Utsunomiya Brex, here at the Brex Arena. And they lead 1-0 in this best-of-3 affair. That does it here for our coverage. In behalf of everybody from the B-League, Anthony Suntay saying thanks for joining us. Till tomorrow, take care, have a good night, God bless.